I'll be sanding down the bumper to make it smooth again. I'm just going to be using a 1000 grit. You can usually use your hand because it's smooth and it's easy to do it. I have this just in case it's hard. Then you just need water, and you just go over slow. You don't want to stay in the same spot too long because you'll take off more primer. So you just kind of want to keep going back and forth like really slow. The section you're doing wet, and then you want to get the sandpaper wet too so it goes over nice and smooth. Right now I still need to add just a little bit more, but it's getting there though. In this, it's a really messy job because you know you have to get the car wet and stuff, and all the like sandpaper marks and everything are everywhere. And also you're probably gonna show some paint again, but going over this though, it's smooth, like really smooth. You don't even feel that at all. I'm not really too picky on if some of the red shows because eventually it's going to be sprayed over, so you're never going to see it again. But for now, I'm just trying to make all this smooth again, so it feels like factory kind of, you know, smooth. You want to be able to run the sandpaper over the paint, and it should be able to go over nice and smooth. That's how you'll know that you've made the area smooth, because it'll run through real easily. And if it stops, then you have to go over it again. Like right here, it's kind of slowing down. Just go over it. But see how nice and smooth it is? I went ahead and sanded the fender, and the fender feels real smooth. It's not gritty at all, and it transitions really good into the bumper. So it's nice and smooth now. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash off the fender and bumper again. Just using regular water. Knock all that off. It'll pull all the like streaks and sandpaper marks I left. It'll pull it down. But after doing this though, it also shines pretty well. So you can, you know, you'll notice if it's real gritty anywhere that you'll have to go over it. But so far everything's really smooth. It's like glass, so you know it's sanded down pretty good. It doesn't take too long to do this. Probably took me like 20 minutes to do the bumper and the fender. But it will dry up again, but it'll also be smooth when you run your hand over it. Off real quick in the front. It's about to rain, so I wasn't really trying to wash the whole car. I just did like the bumper and the side. But the reason why I patched it up and did this is because it saves a lot of money. Like paint shops charge like almost $80 for like a small dent or something to fix. And I had a lot of holes up in the front on the bottom down there, so you know it saves a lot of money to just do it yourself. And it's a lot easier too anyways. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. But yeah, I got the bumper sanded and everything, the fender sanded. It's smooth. It has like a dry look to it, but it's super smooth. Like you can run your hand across this and you don't feel anything. It feels just like OEM paint. Somewhat it feels even smoother than the OEM paint because this is like old. So it's gonna have a softer feel than the regular paint. Small like fixes like right here. It's just, this is pretty easy because all I have to do is just sand this off like a little pinch hole around here, and probably tap it in a little. I think it's like a small dent, so I could probably tap that in, and yeah, just sand it down and paint over it. I probably don't have to use any kind of filler. It's not that hard or anything to do. There's some chipping paint right here and stuff. It's along the door. I mean, that's not too bad either. I could just sand this down, and probably, yeah, just sand it down and throw paint over it and sand it again smooth and it'll be fine. This fender wasn't really bad at all. I did sand it a little bit right here, but you don't even feel it anymore. But yeah, that's probably all the body work I'll need on this car. I still have to do the front brakes. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.